Hello, Love Beneath family. Welcome to the show or welcome back. I am your host, Amina Zia Sheikh Al Islami. This is the Love Beneath podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Got a channel message for you today, as always. Before I get into it, you know the drill. If you're watching on YouTube, please like the video, subscribe. If you're listening on a podcast platform, please follow the show, leave me a review. I would so appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was supposed to do these. I wanted to have these set in the morning. It's just not working out because my routine, and just in case you're interested in adding to your spiritual routine, I get up in the morning, usually at either 5 or 6. I meditate for around 2 hours. Now, I didn't used to do that, but now I'm really needing it. And then I go for a walk barefoot and just receive the messages from the earth. And I have to do that. And there's no way I can do all of that and then get the video out at 5 a.m. I would be like, okay, I'm waking up at midnight. So I used to do the episodes ahead of time and all that. I just can't. Everything's changing so fast. It's like, it just doesn't feel right. It feels more right to give you a fresh message of the day. Again, it's always changing. But anyway, so now I think around noon Central Time is going to be more of the time you're going to catch the episodes every day. So that's my only update for you. All right, let's get into it. All right. Ooh, okay, so the first immediate thing I'm getting is you can do this. Ooh. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, this is making me think that I'm getting the feeling of a lot of people being pushed either to their limit or being squeezed to their limit. There's something about challenging how much you think you can handle. And I'm hearing Lindsay Lohan, the limit does not exist. I'm hearing that for you. The limit does not exist. It's all belief systems. And if you get pushed before the belief system can change, then we get into trouble. But there's a call for you to actually change the belief system underneath everything. So if you do meditation or if you do somatic work, body work, or yoga or anything like that, I want you to, as you're listening to this message, I want you to sink down into your body like you're sinking into a hot tub. Oh, my throat. You know what that means. There's an even deeper truth, but let me say this first part. And I want you to, and if you're not doing anything else right now while you're listening or watching this, go ahead, close your eyes. It's okay if not. Save it and come back to it. Take deep breaths, sink down into your body, and find your perineum at the base of the spine. And don't visualize it or quote unquote look at it. Actually feel it. Feel the sensation. Can even do some Kegels so that you can remind yourself where that's at. Okay, good. So now let me get back into this here. So this is where the true knowingness sits inside you. This is the wise self. This is the self that knows all. This is also the self that desires nothing. So when you sit in this place, you need to know that sometimes this answer is going to be different than maybe what you want to hear, because there is no attachment in this space. It's quite simply the soul mission of the feeling of connection and self-fulfillment, belonging. This is where you connect to source. This is where you connect to earth. This is the deepest connection with yourself and everything else. So when we are discussing, and you can open your eyes now if you want, when we are talking about spiritual path, when we're talking about energy work, when we're talking about earnestly wanting to choose a path of spiritual knowledge, of spiritual living, we need to honor that there's a discomfort in that, which we already know that, but there's such a call to let go of some comforts. I'm going to get back into it. There's a call to really sit with yourself and ask yourself, do I really need that thing? Do I really need to go do that today? Or there's something about, take a look at the energy expenditure, both attention-wise, financially. There's a call to release. And again, there's a bunch of different people watching this, so I'm trying to get a pulse on the general through line for everyone here. So I'm just gonna start rattling off messages. Take what resonates with you, leave behind what does not resonate with you. So for some of you, it feels like overspending. For some of you, it feels like overeating. For some of you, it feels like finding comfort in romantic partnership. So there's a self-soothing going on, and you're invited to leave that behind and just sink down into that space, into the perineum, and just sink down in there and not grab at anything in the physical reality to soothe you. Just sit. And this is something that I've been working on, oh my God, for forever. And it's so hard. I'm not going to lie. It is so hard. But it also, as I mentioned in one of the previous episodes, the person who can do this, and why I'm personally so committed to this, is because you cannot be manipulated when you have no attachment beyond wanting to feel connection with yourself. You cannot, and again, kids aside, right? That's a whole different thing. Obviously, if you have kids, you're going to be like deeply connected to them too. And like a selfless giver with that, right? We'll say in a more general sense, when your self-connection is more important than being seen by someone, or having a certain amount of things, or finding a certain person, or anything like that. Any way that you're self-soothing, when your own self-connection is more important than your dissociation, that is when you become your most powerful self. Because no one, I'm not saying there's like someone around every corner trying to manipulate you, but you can't be, I'm just going to be so blatantly honest. There are disembodied energies that play with us, that put thoughts in your head, that lead you astray, that lead you into illusion and lead you into delusion. Absolutely. And that's not a fear-mongering thing. That just is the reality. And I'm acutely aware of them. I see them all the time. Whenever I do readings with people, I see them swarming everywhere all the time. And it's not that they're the bad guys. I don't believe in the fight of good and evil. Like I've said before, I believe that we're each here, and our quote unquote battle with good and evil is that we have both of those elements inside of us. We have the propensity to be compassionate, filled with grace and love. And then we also have the propensity to be really selfish and hurt someone else and choose self-preservation at the cost of other people. We all do both of those things. And so my ancestry is in Zoroastrianism, which is why I wear this. And the belief is that we make the choices every day. And, you know, it's within us. And so outside the human, there are disembodied energies that want to lead you into self-preservation and selfishness. And an example of self-preservation is, you know, you did something wrong, but you don't want to admit it to the person you did wrong to. So instead, you just pretend like you don't know, or you try to avoid it. So you're self-preserving because you don't want to face it, and then you're hurting the other person by doing that. So that's an example of self-preservation. When we engage in that and be selfish and all of that, so these energies will, unless you're hypersensitive and you're a channel, then you can literally hear them talking. But otherwise, you'll just feel it as suddenly feeling empowered to do the wrong thing. Suddenly feeling like, oh yeah, it's not a big deal. Like you could be feeling like really heavy about it, and then suddenly you're like, no, it's not a big deal. I don't have to do that. And you feel like a weight's lifted off you, but really you've gathered these disembodied energies and they've convinced you like it's okay. So you will, I don't know how else to say this, you will take in these energies into you and codependently bond with them. So it feels like you, and it is, because we're all just one big soul divided up into a billion humans, or multiple billions of humans. So they're a part of us, and they're not in your best interest. They're part of the lessons, so they're not evil, they're not bad. There's this message of like, this isn't coming to you because we want you to fear it. This is coming to you because we want you to understand what's going on here and understand how you actually are being manipulated when we say that. You can be manipulated by humans too, but more than likely it's manipulation via disembodied energies. I could go on a million tangents right now. I know a lot about that subject because of how they tormented me my whole life. So I want to get refocused here. Where are we on the clock? Okay, I want to get refocused here because I don't want to go on a million tangents. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments about shadow beings, shadow people, all that kind of stuff, demons. I have encountered it all, earth side, cosmic side. Oh my gosh, everything. Yeah, so the message for you is you don't need to, unless you are actually interested, you don't need to really know about these energies. You just need to understand that you're in control and you need to choose truth in your life over comfort and self-preservation. And that is where your truest power lies. So to tie this all back now to the original message of yes, you can, and meet your edge, many of us, the reason why we lean on the material world for comfort is because we're so scared to feel what is inside here. And so my invitation for you today is, can you say yes to sitting with yourself? And you know your vices, all of you know. So whether it is, one too many glasses of wine at night, whether it's food, whether it's shopping, whether it's partners or sex or whatever it is, whatever you are drawn to that because it helps you escape and feel good, I invite you one day this week, maybe today, to sit, and the minute you feel that pull, you say, oh, I'm feeling this pull because I'm trying to avoid something inside. I'm actually going to say no to that pull, and I'm going to sit with myself and see what's in there. And just get curious. And depending on the level of trauma and pain you've gone through in your life, obviously, if it gets heavy, please seek professional help, professional therapist, psychiatrist, anything, support group. So we're just getting curious. This is not like therapy advice, anything like that. But we're just getting curious about, what are the ways that I could let go of a vice? And instead of going to a different vice instead, that's less harmful, which, that's also a good stepping stone. I'm not saying that's bad. But depending on the level of where you're at, there is an invitation of, before you do that vice, can you just sit with yourself for like 5 minutes first? And then the next time, maybe you can sit with yourself for like 7 minutes first. And then you can do it. Then maybe 10 minutes, keep going up. Once again, just like the Egypt reading. I'm speaking so choppy and slow. You're probably not going to know because I'm going to be editing out like every silent moment. But this whole episode, I've been sitting in silence for 30 seconds and then speaking again because I have to keep redirecting my channel because I'm getting attacked like so hard. And especially if you have ADD or ADHD or autism and you get psychic attacked. Again, I always welcome it. Because it's always an opportunity for me to grow. But it's especially difficult because it's already hard to harness your mind. And then in addition to that, there's like all these things coming in. So I always know it's a good message when I'm getting attacked like that because the whole purpose of ascension, or the whole purpose of what we're doing now is ascension, which is earth energy getting cleaned up. This place getting cleaned up. There are a lot of the disembodied energies are fragmented souls of lost individuals, people who lost themselves either to addiction, to suffering in whatever way. They lost the light and they desperately want to come back to the light. But it's one of those things where, you know, a more simple example is like if you ever like wanted to lose weight, and you know what to do, but you still keep like doing the things that aren't going to get you to lose weight. So it's that whole concept of you want that result, you know how to get there, but something just keeps stopping you. It's the same with these energies. They want to go back to the light, but it's more comfortable to do what they're doing, which is quote unquote the darkness, right? To kind of harass people, or they will ignite and expand negative emotions so that you fall deeper into negative emotions when you're experiencing a negative emotion. This is another little tangent. Okay, I can talk about energy cleansing if you want, but a little energy hygiene here. The next time you're having like a huge emotional experience, stop, put your hand on your heart, one hand on your heart, one hand on your sacral, under your belly button. Close your eyes and say, I only want to feel what's actually mine. I only want to feel what's actually mine. Because I used to have crazy battles with both depression and anxiety and panic attacks. And oh my God, it was horrible. And then I learned this of, okay, what is actually my feeling versus what, because I'm an empath and because I'm a space holder, what am I accidentally inviting in that I'm also feeling their pain too? So just know that your pain will attract its likeness. So if you're battling sadness, when you're feeling sad, you're gonna draw in and attract sad fragment energies. And so they will make it bigger. So that's a really good trick. Just be like, I only want to feel what's mine. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, you're going to instantly feel the feeling shrink. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's so hard to remember to do it when you're in the moment, but do it. Because I even did it just this morning. I was like, oh my God, I always forget how much I carry of others. And I have to just keep reminding myself over and over. Your edge, you're being asked to step more into discomfort and ask yourself, why am I drawn to that thing? Why am I coping with that thing? Or doom scrolling on social media, picking up your phone, all of that. Even little things like when and you see a text come in, don't look at it right away. Wait like however many minutes. Take the power away from these addictions and bring it back to yourself. That's all tied in with meeting your edge comfort-wise, because it's really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. It's a chemical hit of dopamine when you look at the screen. When you see someone has talked to you, right? It's like, oh, I'm getting attention. I'm getting energy. So, and then the screen itself. So that's why if you follow me on Instagram, every Sunday I share a screenshot of my screen time, because I'm acutely aware of this. Doom scrolling and being on social media is one of my vices. So I just make it a rule. Like, I have to stay under 4 hours a day on my phone. Now I'm trying to go under 3 hours, hopefully. I'm getting there. So Yeah, you can do it with me if you want to every Sunday because, iPhone will send you your screen usage report. So just taking a look at all these things, again, the reason is not to like be a bummer. The reason is I'm just really feeling called to finally talk about this. I've known about this for forever. And I just felt like, is it the time? I don't want it to be like a fear mongering thing, but we are being puppeted by energies that we can't see. And the more you take away desire, you can have desires, but be like, okay, I desire that. And also if I didn't have it, that's okay too. Like you can, that's how you should desire, right? But when desire turns from want to need, that's when you get into trouble. So anything that you just like, I need it, you're fiending, right? I need it. That's where you can get the puppet strings attached to you. So, okay, that's the completion. That's the full circle of all of this. So again, you're not just challenging your discomfort just because you're doing it because you want to expand. And also to go to the next level of where you want to go, you need to have more control over yourself and over your urges and all of that. Okay, that is the completion of this message. Thank y'all so much for being here. Leave a comment if it resonated with you. You can book a reading with me at the description below. And see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.